Imagine a world where a journey from New York to London would take approximately 7 days by ocean liner, while crossing from the United States to Africa or Asia could mean weeks at sea. Even within the US, a cross-country trip from New York to Los Angeles by train could take up to 3 days. Then compare that to today, where a direct flight from New York to London takes just over 6 hours, all thanks to a birthday gift a father bought for his 2 sons. Let's find out how this gift saved humans from traveling at a snail pace. Wilbur Wright was born on April 16, 1867, while Orville Wright was born on August 19, 1871. They were among the 7 children of Milton Wright and Susan Catherine Kerner Wright. Wilbur and his siblings were also known as the Bishop's Boys because their father was a bishop. Their fascination with planes began in 1878, when their father gifted them a small toy helicopter powered by rubber bands. This simple toy, inspired by the designs of a French aviation pioneer, Alphonse Pinot, captivated the Bishop boys. They played with it endlessly, and when it broke, they built their own versions, while also experimenting with different materials and designs. This childhood curiosity gradually transformed into a serious ambition, but it didn't seem so at first. Here is why. Wilbur Wright attended 4 years of high school. He intended to go to Yale after, but he never officially graduated from high school. When their family relocated from Indiana to Ohio in 1884, Wilbur missed the opportunity to receive his diploma. 1 year after their relocation, Wilbur suffered an injury that changed his life forever. What happened? While playing hockey with his friends, he was struck in the face with a hockey stick wielded by Oliver Crook Hoff, who later became infamous as a serial killer. Though Wilbur's injuries were not life-threatening, the incident made him withdraw from the outside world. Instead of pursuing his dream of attending Yale, he stayed home to tend to his sick mother, but he was also reading extensively in their family library and assisting his father in church affairs. Orville, on the other hand, attended high school for only 3 years before leaving to establish a printing business after their mother's death in 1889. With Orville's inventive mindset and Wilbur's help, they launched the West Side News. This was a weekly publication where Orville took on the role of publisher and Wilbur served as editor. They later introduced the Evening Item, a daily paper, but it was short-lived and lasted only 4 months. They eventually went into commercial printing and worked with notable figures, including Paul Laurence Dunbar, a pioneering African-American writer. 3 years later, the Wright brothers developed a keen interest in bicycles because of the booming industry in the late 19th century. This made them abandon their printing business and open Wright Cycle Company in 1892. They not only repaired bicycles, they also designed and built their own models. This experience was crucial in their journey toward flight, as it taught them about mechanical engineering, aerodynamics, and balance, which are key principles in aviation. In the late 1800s, human flight was a challenge many inventors attempted to solve. Hot air balloons and gliders existed, but controlled. Powered flight remained elusive. While running their bicycle company, the Wright brothers closely followed the work of German aviation pioneer Otto Lilienthal. Otto had successfully flown gliders and believed that studying how birds fly could unlock the secrets of human aviation. But Otto was not able to successfully build an airplane that could take off before he died while testing one of his gliders. It was at this point that the Wright boys decided to adopt Otto's philosophy. They started to observe birds and how they controlled their movements in the air. One of their greatest breakthroughs was understanding the concept of wing warping, which allowed an aircraft to bank and turn mid-air. While other people focused on powerful engines, the Wright brothers realized that control was the missing piece of the puzzle. They built gliders in the late 1890s, testing them in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, an area with strong winds and soft sand for landing. After years of testing gliders, the Wright brothers built a powered aircraft called the Wright Flyer 1. With the help of their mechanic, Charlie Taylor, they designed a lightweight 12-horsepower engine. On December 17, 1903 in Kitty Hawk, Orville Wright piloted the first controlled, powered flight. The aircraft stayed in the air for 12 seconds and covered 120 feet. Later that day, Wilbur took a turn, achieving a flight of 59 seconds and 852 feet, a monumental breakthrough. This was the moment that changed history. The world now had a working airplane, and the age of aviation began. But there was a problem. People didn't believe it. Despite their success, the Wright brothers faced skepticism. Many in the scientific community doubted their achievements, and newspapers were reluctant to report on their breakthrough. However, they were determined to prove themselves. In 1905, they built the Wright Flyer 3, which could fly for over 30 minutes, making controlled turns and figure-8 patterns. This demonstrated that their aircraft was practical for real-world use. They took their invention to Europe in 1908 and showcased their flights in France, where they gained immense recognition. Soon, governments and militaries saw the potential of airplanes. This brought contracts for aircraft development to the Wright boys. By 1914, the Wright brothers' invention changed everything. Airplanes were used in World War I, demonstrating their military importance. By the 1920s and 1930s, passenger airlines began to emerge, making commercial aviation a reality. Today, the aviation industry is worth trillions of dollars, employing millions and enabling global connectivity in ways that were unimaginable before 1903. From their bicycle shop in Dayton, Ohio, to the skies above Kitty Hawk, the Wright brothers proved that human flight was possible. Because of an 80s toy that their father bought them, a journey that once took weeks can now be completed in hours. They didn't just build an airplane, they opened the skies to the world. If you would like to hear more stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button. Thanks for watching.